At the end of last year, during our massive Scotland trip, I decided to make a start on my refillable gases system. I'd brought it along through fear of the Calor bottle running out, which didn't turn out to be the case for months afterwards, but I got a start on it anyway. So today I'm going to be fitting my new gasset system, a refillable gas system that will get rid of this Calor bottle so I won't have to keep spending mega money on gas. Straight off the bat, this video is going to be all over the place because I'm not sure when I'm going to finish this, whether it's here while I'm in Scotland at the minute, because that's still basically half full. I'm not really going through gas very quick, it's cold so the fridge isn't on. So this is actually lasting me quite a long time, so I might get this rigged up today, I don't know yet. I might just get like the cover sprayed, put the hole in, I'm not sure. But yeah, through this video you will just see this changing and maybe the scenery around me changing. I've got all the kit here to do it. Should be nice and easy. It's just going to kind of, the point will go in here and then feed straight to the bottle. This will eventually go and this will be here. And it should be a nice neat little junction straight to it, then straight to the gas system, and away we go. I just nearly fell over. Right, the gas fill-up point they send me is white, despite the fact I asked for black. They've gave it me white, so I've just keyed it up with some sandpaper and I'm going to give it a quick spray, because I don't want it white. It looks shit on my van. Yep, it's not a bad spot to be working today.
I think it's right for that.
Ah, nice one.
I've lost actually the Allen key to lock that thing.
Nice one.
Probably going to be
Yes. Right, figure out where this hole needs to go. Ah, no. Should not have touched that then. I'm just going to put this down and catch all the swarf, because I don't want to leave aluminium swarf everywhere. So I want it about plate there, so I want it about there. I reckon. I feel weird this drilling a hole in my van in the middle of nowhere. Perfect. My insulation. Told you it was good. More aluminium. outside wall. I did get the worst of it, but I did go over, so I'm now going to have to spend a bit of time here. Picking up sheep poo as well, lovely. Put this in the bin. There. Woohoo! It's got to go in there. Somehow. Because my van's walls are so wide, I can't really use this. If it was a single skin, that'd just kind of lock over. You'd screw your point on, you'd be away. But mine goes basically all the way through. I'm gonna have to get like a panel behind and just fix to the panel, and that'll lock it to the van then. After plenty of fighting about, I got the hook up fitted, then decided to leave the rest of the system until the Calor button ran out. Turns out that took a while. Okay, it's been a whopping, I don't know, 2 months since I started doing this, and yeah, the Calor bottle lasted ages. I don't know if they overfilled it or what, but it was ridiculous. It just wouldn't run out. Got rid of the Calor bottle, which to be honest really peed me off. They do all this thing of, oh, you can get you loads of money back when you return your bottle, but in reality, if you've had it a couple of years, I think the maximum I was going to get was a tenner, and the nearest Calor station was about 30 miles away, so round trip fuel would have cost me a tenner. I ended up just going to B&Q and leaving it outside with one of the guys. So now it's fully hooked up. I did it quickly and totally forgot about the fact that I'd even started this video, so missed out all the actual fitting. But to be fair, all you'd really see is my ass in this cupboard trying to fiddle and fart with stuff. So what I had to do in the end here was really painstakingly get my jigsaw in and make this inside hole bigger. Wouldn't have been an issue in a normal van, but as you can see, it's a bit tight. So it's not a fun job. But yeah, cut this hole bigger, cut the insulation out from the inside. So then I was able to fit that cowling that you saw earlier down and fit it basically the correct way it's supposed to be fitted. I was originally going to put a batten on here and screw, but it would just, this isn't really strong material, this, and it's a real struggle to get drills and stuff in here to do it properly. So I cut it out and it's now completely locked and clamped to the van as opposed to just screwed. A lot better. But essentially now, rather than the manifold just going to the Calor bottle with the regulator on the actual bottle, now it goes from the manifold to a new regulator, because LPG. That then goes to a pigtail that feeds onto the outlet of the tank, and then this feeds down to the inlet of the tank. So not a lot has changed really. So the only real thing that's different on this bottle, I mean it's the same size bottle as my Calor bottle, the only thing that's different is it's got 2 ports on it, one for filling up and one standard as usual for letting out into the system. So now I'm off to the petrol station to fill this up for the first time. The fill up was definitely a bit of a learning curve, considering I'd never done it before. But essentially you just take the filler and put it into your fill up neck and then twist the nozzle until it locks. Once you've done that, you can pull the handle back and lock, but this won't start the gas filling process. You have to go back to the machine and push the big button on the side. Even though my bottle was completely empty, it really didn't take that long to fill it. And luckily a friend had warned me about what happens when you release the LPG, otherwise I'd have absolutely crapped myself. That apparently is totally normal. And there's the important bit, from empty to full for £8.34. Right, so finally caught back up to present day. Bloody hell, this video's gone through Scotland, England, and now we're back here in the lockdown. But the gas system has been great, barring one thing. The pigtail, which is the big rubber pipe that goes from the regulator to the tank, that started leaking from the clamped seal bit, so there's nothing I could really do about it. And with everything that's going on, I can't just go to gas it and say, oi, you sold me a dud pigtail. So I've had to actually order one, which isn't good. Bit of a pain in the dick, that one. But it's one of them, you know, some things are faulty. But now that's been swapped, everything's great. I'm still on the first fill up now, and it's been a month, and it shows no sign of giving up any time yet. I'd say it's probably about half full still, going from the weight of it. And as you saw from the first fill up, £8 something to fill up, and that's the reason I am so for a refillable LPG system, because with a Calor bottle, you've got the initial fee of getting the bottle and getting the contract, and then every single time you want to swap the bottle, which is increasingly becoming more difficult because more and more garages have stopped doing bottles, you've got to pay £24.50, £25, something like that, every single time you change it. That's like for me, on the 6 kilogram bottle, it was every 2 months. I've now got a 6 kilogram refillable bottle at £8 every 2 months. You look at the differences in price there. After just over a year of owning the refillable gas system, it's essentially paid for itself. The difference between £8 something from empty to full and £25 from Calor just totally made sense to me. Along with that, as I stated earlier, when I went to try and return the bottle, they make this big deal about, oh, you get money back when you bring your bottle back to us. But it goes down every single year you've owned the bottle, despite the fact that you're exchanging the bottle, so you're not having the original bottle. So that's a bit of a con. And then the distribution places are so far apart that you've got to drive miles to get to them. Well, I did, being from where I am. And it just made it totally pointless. That system was 160 quid, I think. And that's everything. The bottle, all the connections. They also do a bracket, so if you don't want to bore a hole in the side of your van, you can just fit it onto a bracket underneath. Yeah, all the pipe work straight up to the regulator, and then it's back to your original system if you've had one, or you just start building your system from there. I'm really chuffed with it. Time will tell how long it lasts. I mean, I don't think there's much difference between propane and LPG. I'm fairly sure LPG is half propane anyway. Don't know. I'm not a gas technician. But yeah, the 6 kilogram Calor bottle used to last me about 2 months. So if I do start struggling with just a 6 kilogram, you saw at the start of the video, I can slide 2 in next to each other. So all I need is another gasset 6 kilogram bottle, the changeover valve, and away I go. I've got, what's that, 24 litres, I think. Another problem with having a Calor bottle, or a UK bottle in general, if you've watched my early videos, you've seen it with Gary, the gas tank, sat on my passenger seat. If you run out of gas abroad, they won't fill up a Calor bottle. They won't touch any English bottles. So then you have to go against the rigmarole of getting a bottle from the country you're from, which is hard because most of them, again, it's contracts and you have to kind of, well, I had to sweet talk a girl behind a counter. Finally got a Spanish bottle and realised it didn't fit in my gas locker. And that's something that's quite common in motorhomes and all sorts. Our gas lockers are built for our bottles, therefore most of the European bottles do not fit. So I had to have a gas bottle sat on my passenger seat. I had to buy a new regulator because it's a European fitment. Every time I parked up I had to get out and plug the bloody bottle and then leave it outside wherever I'm parked. It was a nightmare, and I never want that to happen again. It was an oversight on my part. Oh yeah, I'll go to Europe for nearly a year and just have a 6 kilogram gas bottle. But yeah, now that isn't a thing. From what I understand, most European countries are fine with LPG. The only country that I've seen where it's a problem with the guys I was travelling previously, Italy. Italy gets quite funny about LPG for camper vans. But all they did, they said, well, it's a petrol van. It's got an LPG conversion, and they're like, oh, okay. So, bit of bullshit, and you're all good. So yeah, all in all, I think I've made the right decision, upgrading to a refillable. Not going to have any more issues like that. I know some LPG stations in the UK are starting to shut. All I'm going to do is every time I find a petrol station that's got LPG, just top the tank up and just keep it full. It's not like it's something that you're going to be filling up every time like with diesel. Total peace of mind now. It's so much easier. I don't have to untie the bottle and take the nut out and lift the bloody thing out, which gets caught all the time. Yeah, it's just go to the petrol station, click it in, and away. So I'm happy. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.